Here you go. हाँ जी, वाहिगुरु जी। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। So, most of the times when we hear about the Shaheedi of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, the blame is given to Chandu and Baba Priti Chand Ji. So we'll try to talk about the two solid sources which we have. Obviously, Tan Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Gurbani, and the second source which we have is the memoir of Jahangir, which is very important because he has mentioned the real reason, or at least he kind of repented that the reason why he ordered the punishment of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. And we'll discuss in more details. Little bit of a background first. Guru Ram Das Ji had three sons, Prithi Chand, Baba Prithi Chand, Baba Mahadev Ji, and Guru Arjan Dev Ji. So Prithi Chand Ji was mostly a worldly person. So he wanted to become a Satguru also. We need to understand one thing, that the definition of being a Satguru in the house of Nanak is very different than the Satguru which we hear outside a house of Nanak. Because everybody call themselves Satguru or a Guru, but the definition of Guru and Satguru is very different from the Gurmat perspective. The definition of Satguru is Satgur Mera Sada Sada Na Ave Na Jaye O Vinasi Purakh Sab Mein Rahya Samaye. That Satguru is that divine light, that Atam Ram, which is there in everybody. But when somebody reveals it, as in, it's not about the physical body. If the mind becomes the Satguru, mind becomes the divine light, which we hear, Man tu jyots रूप है अपना मूल पहचान. Oh mind, you are a divine light, and understand who you are, what is your real identity. But in the worldly sense, everybody calls themselves Satguru, Guru, and all that stuff. Yes, because Prithi Chand was one of the eldest son of Guru Ramdas Sache Pasha, he had an expectation. He had an expectation to become a Satguru. But obviously, he was a worldly person, so Guru Arjan Dev Ji never bestowed the Satguruship or the Guruship to Prithi Chand. However, during the Guru Amardas such time, there is one Sakhi, there is one story which we hear that Guru Arjan Dev Ji was, as a baby, he was crawling and he went to the bed, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਜੀ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, a bed of Guru Amar Das Sache Pasha, and he touched his feet. And then Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Amar Das Sache Pasha, then, Guru Ram Das Sache Pasha, sorry about that. It's late in the night. Guru Ram Das Sache Pasha then only decided that he's gonna become a Satguru. Right. But having said that, Mahadev was totally a kind of a sadhu. He was just working on himself. He was not into the seva or preaching. Whereas Guru Arjan Dev Ji had both qualities, worldly and as well as the sadhu, doing the seva for the world also, Trigun Maya also, as well as doing the seva for the Naam. And we all know he was the one who basically compiled Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. The animosity between Guru Arjan Dev Ji and Jahangir was started. Actually, the main culprit, Jahangir says in his memoir, was he will not mention about Chandu or Baba Priti Chand. He says his animosity with Guru Arjan Dev Ji started because of his son. His son's name was Khusro, And Khusro was very liberal, and all the Mughal Empire, there were very few people or there were very few emperors who were actually liberal. We know it from the history that Akbar was a little bit liberal, but in reality, he also did a lot of violence in then Hindustan. Same about Jahangir, but Khusro, as a son of the eldest son of Jahangir, he rebelled on him, and he came in the Sharan of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. There are many accounts when we read about that when he came to the in the Sharan of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji put him the sign of a saffron on his forehead. But then the reality, he when he came in the Sharan of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, he was given the Naam. Basically, the Naam, when the Naam is there on your forehead, it is the sign that somebody is enlightened. And so, somebody who has, Jinosi Magdaya Roji, every day we ask for that from Guru Sahib, Vintud Hoje Magana, Sir Dukha ke Dukh De Naam Santokhiya, Utre Man Ki Pukh. Because the Naam, when we talk about, there are Naam, we all know um, different levels, different stages of Naam. It starts with the Akri Naam, Akri Naam, Akri Sala, Akri Gyan, Geet Gunga. That the Naam starts with the Guru Mantar, Akri Naam, from the words, from the Guru Mantar. And then from the Guru Mantar, when our mind goes in peace, we receive the subtle Naam. And the subtle Naam, I'm specifically talking about the Sahaj Tun. Sahaj Tun is originated mostly on the forehead. So whenever in those days when the saffron tilak was given in the house of Nanak, that is the nishani, that is the sign of a Naam, the Nishan. So he was given that nishani that he is spiritually enlightened, Khusro, and Guru Sahib, he totally was, you can call him even a Sikh also for that matter, because the relationship between a Sikh and Guru is that Sikh is a student, he will do whatever his Guru, as in the teacher, will say. Problem is when we, in today's day and age, when we hear about the word Guru and Sikh, people sometimes get confused, especially in Sikhism also. And this is very important whenever we are talking about the history, when we are talking about the Gurbani, to understand that who is a Guru, who is a Sikh. In Gurbani, there is no difference between a Guru and a Parmeshwar. We read Guru Parameshwar Eko Jan, that Parmeshwar, as in the Waheguru, as in the divine Waheguru, is same as Guru. So Guru, Satguru, Waheguru, it's all one. And only the Guru or the Satguru has the authority to give the Naam. When we do in Sikh tradition, when we do Amrit Chakna, the Guru is the Panj Pyare, which gives the Akhri Naam, which is also called Guru Mantar. And then they give you a technique how to look into the divine light of Vaheguru. But only when somebody chants Guru Mantar, then when the filth of the mind is removed, then only they can experience the subtle Naam, which is also called Shabad, which is also called Anadmani Sahaj. Till the time mind has not gone in peace, the mind has not gone in samadhi, in sun, in the zero state, one cannot receive the Naam. So Khusro became a follower of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, and he was the eldest son of Jahangir. And Jahangir mentions in his memoir that he took it as a sign of rebellion of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. That was the first reason. The second most reason, which is the most important reason, is that when Guru Arjan Dev Ji compiled Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, then it was Ad Shri Granth Sahib Ji. When he compiled that, he took he took the footsteps of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and he included the Gurbani of Bhagat Kabir ji, Bhagat Naam Dev ji, Bhagat Farid ji, Bhagat Ravidas ji, and Jahangir through his sources, um, we can say through Chandu also, because there is a story of the Chandu where the Chandu is regarded as that Chandu wanted his daughter to be married with Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj, son of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, the sixth Nanak, right? But because the Sangat, everything is, Sangat is important, Sangat is above all. So Guru Arjan Dev Ji took advice of a Sangat, and Sangat said that he should not marry Guru Arjan Dev as a Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji to Chandu's daughter. But in reality, Chandu informed Jahangir. Jahangir's story is totally different what we hear, because our source right now is memoir of Jahangir. Jahangir writes in his memoir, and he says he wanted Prophet Muhammad's Quran's scriptures included in Ad Shri Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji sent him a message that this is not who I am writing this Bani. This Bani is Turki Bani Ait in Sagli Chint Mitai. This Gurbani is directly coming from the divine. And divine has ordered him, that Atam Ram, that Satguru Ji which has ordered him, not the physical body, that Atma which is telling him to put the Bani of Bhagat Kabir Ji, because it's a hukam of divine. Bhagat Naam Dev Ji, Bhagat Farid Ji, and Bhagat Ravidas Ji. And because the Gurbani of Bhagat Ravidas Ji, Bhagat Naam Dev Ji was also included, Chandu was also successful in making sure that there is a in the society then, because in the Hindu culture at then Hindu culture, even today, that is still present in some societies and in some circles, about the caste system, because they belong to the lower caste. And there are many shabads in the Gurbani also of Bhagat Namdev Ji and Bhagat Ravidas Ji, where they were not allowed to enter the temple also. And he said that they are not even allowed to, they are not regarded as the saints then at those times. Now even Hindus recognize them as saints. And he was able to create the division in the society, that how can a lower caste person be a saint? So both, and then the Gurbani of Bhagat Farid Ji was also there. So he was able to create that division in the society. And the reason for Jahangir was that he wanted Prophet Muhammad's scriptures, or his Quran Sharif scriptures also in there. But Guru Sahib refused. And then another reason for him was Prince Khusro. So because of these multiple reasons, he kind of ordered the punishment for Guru Arjan Dev Ji. First, they offered him to become a Sikh himself, become a Muslim himself, Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Obviously, he refused. When all the efforts given to him, or the offers given to him, he denied all the offers. He never took a single offer. He was subjected to something which is called yash. I don't know how many of you know about yash. It's also called yas. It is also called yash. There are multiple words. In the Muslim code, or then Muslim code, I don't know if it exists till today also or not, but this started from the Mughals code of Genghis Khan. Whenever they had to give a punishment to a saint, the punishment would be that the blood should not come, or the drop of blood should not come out of the body. So whenever, whatever punishment may be, the punishment should be okay, that they have to make sure the person is killed, but the blood should not come out. And this is only for the saints and the holy people. So they decided to give Guru Sahib a punishment of We all know he was sat on the tatti tavi, hot iron plate, and so that his body is also burnt. But they failed to understand that Guru Arjan Dev Ji is not just the physical body. Even if they will burn his physical body, he's gonna be still there because he was a Jot of fifth Nanak, a Satguru, the divine himself. Because of that yasha or the yas or yash, the multiple words which are used in the history, yas, yasha, yasa, uh, depending upon with whom you are speaking, they can speak either of this word. And the burning sand was poured on his head. And this is another reason whenever I hear this, I remember my younger days since I was born in Amritsar. And every Shahidi Gurpurab, because it is a hot summer day, we used to go to, uh, if you have seen the Gurdwara, Baba Deep Singh Ji's Gurdwara, which is these days, which is very popular. um and next to the Guru Shahidi Gurdwara, we used to call the Gurdwara Shahida Sahib. It is also called Shahidgarh, but local people in Amritsar they call it Shahida Sahib. It's Baba Deep Singh Ji's Gurdwara, close to Sultanpur, which is my village. So next to that, there is a Gurdwara called Ramsar. And Ramsar Gurdwara, they used to put a shabil. I don't know if today also, these days also they put it, but the shabil used to be very beautiful. I mean, it used to be very yummy, and it literally, they used to do it with so much love and so much simran that it became a kind of an amrit. At those days, obviously, I didn't know what amrit is and all, but we used to love it. Cold drink, cold sweet drink with a milk in it and all, milk and more water mixed in it, and it was amazing. And why for us, for me, it was only a taste at that time, but I simply used to love it. And it used to be there was a fair. So the things have changed a lot. This is going to show my age, but we used to celebrate the Shahidi. We used to call it a Shahidi Gurpurav. We used to celebrate the Shahidi of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. And if you think more deeper on this celebration aspect, if Guru Arjan Dev Ji's Shahidi wouldn't have been there, we wouldn't have Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj today. The way we understand Guru Sahib today, the Satguru Ji, Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj today, maybe who knows what had happened. But the beautiful part is Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj predicted that long time back that this is going to happen. And a lot of people sometimes, they get confused about it. And that's why I put a shabad on that because a lot of people says, Tera pana meetha lage, that shabad. Let's do a little bit of vichar before we go further. This is on Ang 394. And Maharaj says, Har ka naam hriday nit tyai. When we talk about Har ka naam hriday nit tyai, nit means every day. Hriday means in your heart. Maharaj is directly talking about the Antargat Simran, Drom Rom Simran. That every cell of your body should chant Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. And Nityayi every day. Har ka naam hriday Nityayi, not just one day, 2 days, or 3 days, every day. Nit. And when we will do that, Maharaj says, Sangi, Sathi, Sagal, Tarai. So if you are doing it in Sangat, that is the best thing you can do. हर का नाम हृदय नित ध्याई संगी साथी sagal tarai. When we chant in the Sangat, in the Sat Sangat, we will not only cross this ocean, this fearful ocean, this Pavsagar, this Maya, even everybody who is sitting there will also cross this Maya, this ocean, this river, fearful. scary ocean, sangi sathi sagal tarai. And remember, Maharaj is telling us, remember, all of us, we should remember, Gur mere sang sada hai nale. Maybe somebody can give us the pain of the physical body, or they can give us mental pain or a physical pain. But Maharaj is saying, Gur mere sang sada hai nale. The divine is always with us. And how can we experience that divine? By remembering Him. Why Guru, why Guru. Gur mere sang sada hai nale, simar simar tis sada samale. That's a Rahaus. Rahau is a pause to self introspect, to reflect on this. Simar Simartis Sada Samale. Sada means all time. On the top, Maharaj said Nit, every day. Then Maharaj says Sada, meaning all the time. All the time we remember Waheguru. If we want to be in peace, if we want to be happy, then the external problems or physical or mental problems will not touch us. There will be a shield of protection, which is also called a Rakhya Chakra around us, and no force can touch us, because when we chant Guru Mantra all the time, what is happening is we experience the Guru, our mind goes in peace, and no external or internal forces, no Panch Doot, nothing external physically or mentally can touch us. But Maharaj says, Maharaj is giving us a technique here that you make sure you remember all the time. The way to remember is the way Guru Nanak Dev Ji told us. Gaviye, suniye, man rakhiye pao. Chant from your tongue, listen from your ears with love. Pyar dena. This is a game of love. And Maharaj is writing this beforehand. And he spoke, he recited the same Shabad, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, when he was sitting on the Tatti Tavi. He was preparing, he was telling, this, he was giving the signal to the Sangat that this is going to happen. What is going to happen? Tera kiya meetha lage. He didn't say pana. Very mostly people use the word pana, but in Gurbani it is Tera kiya meetha lage, har naam padarat Nanak mange. And Nanak has anchored, which is good. This is actually Guru Nanak Dev Ji himself is saying. Because Guru Arjan Dev Ji is fifth Nanak, the Jot, same one Jot, that one divine light, but we call him a fifth Nanak. So this is actually, he's saying Guru Nanak Dev Ji is speaking from himself, right? This is not a stamp of Nanak. It is actually Guru Nanak Dev Ji, because Nanak has anchored, meaning Guru Nanak Dev Ji has a name. Tera kiya meetha lagay, har naam padarat Nanak mange. There are char padarat. The fourth padarat, the mukt padarat, that's where the naam is there. And Gursikhs are directed by Guru Sahib, that the only thing which we have to ask, even when we are in trouble, just like we do Ardas, He Pranath Govinde Kripa Nidan Jagat Guru, He Sansar Taap Harne Karuna Main Sab Dukh Haro, He Sharan Jog Dyale Deenanath Mya Karo, Shreer Swast Queen Same, Simrant Nanak Ram Damodar Madhve. Whether our body is in pain or has disease, we should never forget to chant, remember Waheguru. And that's what he did. Even the physical body was in pain. His surti, his mind was in the Dasam Dwar, and he was saying, Tera kiya meetha lage, na har naam padarat nanak mange. And that's why it is very important to understand. And what happened? What happened then when he was sitting on the hot iron plate and the hot sand was being poured on his head? What was happening? What exactly happened? In the history, they say that his body was totally destroyed physically, but and he requested not requested because Sant Mia Mirji we came to stop all that atrocities which was happening. And he ordered Sant Mia Mirji that not to do that because this is a hukam of Waheguru. And he said, it is sweet to me. Whatever is happening to me, tera kiya meetha lage. Whatever he's doing, this is a sweet to me. And he said, the only thing which I want to do right now is, and his body was totally destroyed at that time, but he was not saying see also. He was not crying for pain or anything. He was still in Chardi Kala, still happy and everything. He said he wanted to take a bath. There is a Gurdwara called Gurdwara Dera Sahib in Lahore. I visited there in 2022, if I'm not wrong, and they were building that space also. And there was the place where he was actually sat on the Tati Tavi, and as well as when he came out and the same Gurdwara complex after some maybe not even a half mile after, I will say, some few hundred feet, there was a bank of the river Ravi where he went inside and took a bath. But in the history they say when he went there, even his physical body was not found. He dissolved all his five elements in Vaheguru himself. So even his physical elements were not found. Now we have an example of Bhagat Kabir ji, Guru Nanak Dev ji Maharaj, Guru Arjan Dev ji Maharaj, Guru Gobind Singh ji Maharaj, where the physical body was not found. Because when they were doing the major milestones in the Sikh history, they proved that you don't have to worship the form. We are not the form, we are not the pictures which you have to worship. And the other thing which he ordered Guru Hargobind Sahib Sache Pasha was that asked the Sangat not to donate money anymore because the langar will keep on running because it was started by Guru Amadas Sache Pasha. Langar will keep on running, but the most important thing is the kirpana, the talwara, the swords, the two swords which are very important. One sword is actually the physical reflection is a sword, but there is a spiritual reflection of Naam. That's why Guru Hargobind Sahib Sache Pasha was given a sword of Piri and Miri. Miri and Piri, we say. Miri is the military power, Piri is the spiritual power. One is that the Sikh should have both the powers. The Naam, which is inside, which can kill our five doots, and the external sword, which is outside, which can fight against all the problems, all the tortures, all the atrocities which was being put by the Mughals. In the history, if we read Indian history, Buddhists, thousands of years before Guru Arjan Dev Ji Shaheedi, they were also tortured to death in India by then Hindus at that point of time because they didn't also like the theory of liberalism of Buddhists. But Buddhists were not able to defend themselves because they didn't had a power of Piri. They had a power of Miri, but not the Piri. And they were pushed out of India. But with the Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, he ordered his son Satguru Tan Shri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Sache Pasha that from today onwards, when Sangat comes for your darshan, they should come with the shastras also, right? Because when the weapons will be there, and that's why it's another lecture, or you can read about more of the history. But Guru Arjan Dev Ji was trained by Baba Buddha Ji for the Shastra Vidya, and we call it Gatka today, but it's not exactly a Gatka, it's a warrior skills basically. And warrior skills is not just the weaponry, also the truth, which we have to understand that this sword should be only out for protecting the truth, just like Guru Sahib protected the Gurbani and gave his Shaheedi. So when he went for a bath in the river in the bath of the river Ravi, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, after his physical body was destroyed, so he dissolved all his five elements, and all the physical five elements we know, the Jal, which is a water, Agni, and you can save this slide, and this is all also being recorded. You can listen to it again. But the high level thing is that his mind went into the Dasma Akash, not just the Akash, because Akash is the way Guru Nanak Dev Ji defined in Japji Sahib. Sun galla Akash ki tairis. When we go in Samadhi, our mind is already in the Akash Tat. That's the first state of the Sun. But on the fourth state of Sun Samadhi, our mind goes to the Dasma Akash. When the mind goes in the tenth sky, which Gurbani says, Man chadya Dasma Akash, that's a nishani of a Gurmukh. Gurmukha andar sahaj hai, man chadya dasme Akash. That the Gurmukhs, the true Gurmukhs are those whose mind goes in peace and the mind travels to the tenth sky, which is also called the Sandwar, which is also where the Naam is there, which is also where the Divine Himself is there, meaning when the mind is merged with the Divine. And he proved that with his physical body, so that people should not worship his physical body, but understand that he came there in this physical body as a fifth Nanak, and he never even left his physical body behind. All the five elements of the physical was also dissolved in the divine. That's why he said, Tera kiya meetha lage har naam padarat Nanak mange. That the only thing which I ask for is the Naam. And whatever Vaheguruji you did, it is sweet for me. And this is a great learning for all of us. Tera kiya meetha lage har naam padarat Nanak mange. Whatever you do, Vaheguruji, it seems sweet to me. And I beg for the treasure of Naam, that divine sound, that divine light, so that we can also merge in one. हाँ जी वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Any questions, Guru Pyareo? If not, we can do Simran.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you so much, Baisali, for preparing this presentation and putting all that work in. Um, so that was beautiful. Just one, the shabad that you mentioned, I haven't heard that before when you're talking about uh it was about health and it was like a ardas.
Oh,
Do you
hey
recall the
Pranath,
shabad?
hey Pranath
Yeah.
Govinde. Yeah,
Where is that from?
it's Lok Saskriti, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
is. It is also Guru Arjan Dev Ji's Bani, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but that's a das. I normally use that whenever I'm driving my car. I start with that. Hey Pranath Govinde. ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਿਦਾਨ ਜਗਤ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਤਾਪ ਹਰਨੇ ਕਰੁਣਾ ਮੈਂ ਸਭ ਦੁਖ ਹਰੋ हे शरण जोग दयाले दीनानाथ म्या करो श्री स्वस्थ कीन समय सिमरंत नानक राम दमोदर माधव. Basically all submission to Waheguru, that you are my prannath, you are the given of the pranas, right? Both the pran as in both the pavan and the naam. You are the Govind, right? So this is a beautiful ardas. I think it strengthens you because it tells you that even when you are not well, when you are rogi, physically rog is there or mental rog is there, we should never forget the Naam, right? And that's what Guru Arjan Dev Ji did. He taught us that, right?
That's beautiful. Just see if anyone has any questions, can you please raise your hand? And this is by subs, it's like 1:30 in the morning there, so we've got to value his time and make the most out of and get ask as many questions as possible. So, Pulchukma, why did you go?
Waheguru Ji ka khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki fateh. Just a quick question. You mentioned four padarats. Could you maybe expand on that, please? Thank you.
Very good question. Hanji Guru Pyareo. Maharaj says in the Gurbani, Char Padarat Je ko mange saad jana ki seva lage. What are the char padarat? The first padarat is the earth padarat. Earth is the work which we do. So basically, these char padarat are linked with whatever we are doing physically also, in the Maya also. You know, the Trigun Maya, which we call it Rajagun, Tamogun, Sattvagun, there are few thoughts which we are allowed to take. Even if we will take those thoughts, it is allowed. They are not the filth. One of the thought is the earth padarat, which is from the Rajogun. That padarat is whatever we work for living for the physical world, or we do study and anything which we do honestly, right? That is allowed. That is called the earth padarat. Then there is another padarat which is called a Kam padarat, which is for procreation, right? When we indulge with our life partner for procreation and all, with love and all, just with our life partner, that's also allowed. It's allowed to take the thoughts for that. Then there is a third padarat which is from the Sattvagun, which is called a Taram padarat. Taram is the definition of Taram is not religion in Gurbani. The definition of Taram in Gurbani is Sarab Taram Mein Shresh Taram Har Ko Naam Jap Nirmal Karam. When we do any work honestly, by remembering Waheguru, that is allowed. That the seva, even if we are doing the seva and we are not remembering Waheguru doing the seva, physical seva also, Maharaj says that the seva which is parvan is Satgur ki seva safal hai je ko kare chitlaye. Anything, even work which we do, anything we if we remember Vaheguru, that is called then we are in with the Taram Padarat. That is part of the Sattvagun. The fourth Padarat is above the Trigun Maya, Chautha Padarat, which is called a Mukat Padarat. Mukat literally means liberation, but the definition of mukti is different in Gurmat, but high level where we receive the Naam, the subtle Naam. In the third Padarat, which is a Taram Padarat, we are we are still chanting. We might be just chanting. We may have received the Naam, we may not have received the Naam. But when we go in the fourth state, on the Chautha Pad, in the where we go in the Akash, the Chauthi Sun also, that's where we receive the subtle Naam, that Sajdun, that Naad, that divine light. If that answers the questions, Guru Pyare.
Thank you.
Waheguru Ji ka khalsa, Waheguru Ji. Sorry, Waheguru Ji, to interrupt. Waheguru Ji, there's some more questions come through in the chat. One is, could you please explain inner Sadh Sangat?
Inner Satsangat. I think there's a lecture due, right, between you and me, Harbir, about the inner family which we have, right? So maybe we can do that lecture, but high level. Sangat, first of all, we need to remember one thing. One Sangat is we can sit as a family, we can sit in the Gurdwara and all. But then there is a Sangat where high level, very, very high level. For example, our indriyas, our senses right now, or most of the times, they are looking outside. They are trying to, you know, observe things outside. The wisdom senses, karam indriya and the gyan indriya. Gyan is the wisdom, right? The wisdom senses. They are trying to take the wisdom from outside. When these senses turns in, when we receive the Naam Padarat, then there is a whole family inside also. And when we sit, and they are called Sakhi Saheliyan, right? They are called the Sakhi Saheliyan. There are our friends also. When we start entering the subtle body, where the Naam is actually present, then when we enter, we as in when our mind enters the subtle body, then we do the Sangat out there inside with our senses which are turning in rather than turning out. The Gurbani, in Gurbani it says, "Hoye ikattar milo mere bhai, duvida dur karo levlaye, har naame ke ho wo jodi gurmukh वैसे safa bachaye." As in, that come together all my senses, my friends, so that we can sit inside and connect with the Naam. Remember everything which we have, even the Taramraj which is in there inside us, the five doots which we have inside, they are all there in the Hukam of Waheguru. But only the mind is the one which is not in the hukam of Waheguru. When these senses starts going inside, even our mind starts going in hukam. When the mind starts going hukam, all these becomes our friends. They are already our friends. Even these five doots are our friends. Then they start doing our the seva, because that's what their job was. Because their job was okay, that this mind should not go to the 10th door, the Smakash. The moment everything changes, then all of them becomes our friend. Kal is also doing the Simran. Everybody is doing the Simran. They all become our family. That's what the inner Sangat is, but that's a bigger lecture, larger lecture. Maybe some other day we can talk about it.
Thank you, Bhai ji. So, Bhai ji, थोड़े और सवाल थे.
हाँ जी, no problems.
The next question is, if Naam is already within us, then why do we need to do Simran?
Very good question. Naam is there. It's like right now I'm sit. Why I didn't put my video on, because it's a night here, so I'm sitting in a dark room right now, right? But I know there is a light. There is a light switch out there. I can get up and switch on that light, and then there will be light in this room. Otherwise, it will be dark. Same thing is with us. That's what the job of the Guru is. The Gurbani Guru tells us where that switch is. And the Gurbani Guru will tell us then when we do the Gurmantar Jap, when our mind will go in peace, then only we can find that switch. Without mind going in peace, we cannot find that switch, which is the subtle Naam, which is the divine light and the divine sound within us. If that answers your question.
That was a great analogy. Thank you so much, Bhai ji. Um, I think there's another question around what is the practical process by which Simran reveals that inner Naam?
Can you say that again?
What is the process by which Simran reveals
Process.
the inner Naam?
Okay.
So I think
Right.
you've alluded to it a little bit when you said you have to get to peace first before
Yes.
you're able to turn the switch.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sasgra Simran, when we do Sasgra Simran has three stages, high level. One is out loud, when we say it in loud, Wah Guru. The most important aspect is we listen to our own voice. Gaviye, suniye, man rakhiye pao. Chant from your tongue, listen from your ears with love. Wah Guru, Wah Guru. Slowly, our mind will start going in peace and we start going to Swas Swas Simran, where we do it with every breath. And then also that also stops and you start doing antargat inside your mind is chanting, mind is listening. And when we do that with Vaiguruji's kirpa, with the grace of Vaiguru, with the mercy of Vaiguru, rom rom simran also starts. Rom rom is when every cell of our body, with the every heartbeat, we start doing the simran. And when we reach that stage again with Gur Prasad, with Vaiguruji's Kirpa, we totally go in silence, which is called a Sahaj Avastha. And that's the place where we can receive that Naam which is within us when mind goes in peace. Hanji Guru Bhairu.
Thank you so much, Hariji. Is there any other questions, or we have maybe 5 minutes left for Simran? If anyone has a question, if you'd like to unmute, put your hands up or unmute. Otherwise, we can finish with some Simran. I think that's it, by some.
आओ जी फिर सिमरन कर लीजिए ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
Guru, why, Guru, why, Guru, why, Guru, why, Guru, why, Guru, Waheguru, 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 Guru, Waheguru, 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 Guru, Waheguru, 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 Guru, Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Waheguru ka khalsa, Waheguru. So in closing, everyone, thank you for attending. Thank you so much to Faisal for it's 2 a.m. in the US, where he is. So he's given up his sleep, his time, to help Sangat out answer their questions and to give us gyan and to take us through Simran. So thank you so much, Faisal. Faisal, can you tell us where we can follow? Because there's the daily sessions that you do. and also your YouTube channel as well. If you could please tell Sangat.
Anji Vaheguru. The channel is at Sikh Meditation YouTube channel. And we do Zoom classes, but again, it is a weird time for you guys, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific, but everybody is most welcome. The Zoom link is always shared in a Telegram channel of Sikh Meditation, and I can share it with you also, and people can join. Or there are live recordings. We are on Ankh 400 these days, so so we do every day. Uh, it's not, we cannot complete one Ankh every day, obviously, but it takes us 2 to 3 days to complete one Ankh. So we are on 400 Ankh, and anybody can join it, right? So I can share the link and everything for the Zoom classes with you. Thank you, Vaheguru. Thank you, Ji.
Thank you so much, Vaidi. Look forward to listening to more Vichar. Please come on anytime to the groups as well. It's amazing to learn from you. And if Sangat has any questions or wants to continue to learn further, then please check out Seek Meditation on YouTube, and there's recorded sessions there, so you can learn about the meanings of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji from someone who is doing Simran as well. So it's a very different perspective to just literal translations. So I'd highly recommend that. So in Vichar Kardia, countless mistakes are made. Please forgive any mistakes, and um, good luck with Simran this week. Guru Kripa Kare. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Vaheguru
Waheguru
Ji.
Ji Ki Fateh.